Hey guys, in this video we're going to be going over some of the new popular HTML5 tags that were created to really make your document more semantic and make things actually mean what they're holding. So for instance, a header. In HTML4 you would commonly use a div tag and you'd give it an ID or a class of header, and that's how you would identify it. Well, now we have an actual header tag that we can use, which of course we can still add an ID or a class to, but the tag itself is much more descriptive and semantic. All right, so we're going to create kind of a web page that is similar to what we did in the last video of the HTML section, where we just had a simple nav bar and a couple different sections. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a container, and for that I actually am going to put in a div. All right, so we're going to create a div with an ID of container, and of course you could use another tag. You could use section or something like that, but I prefer to keep the containers in divs. All right, and then in here we'll have a header, and this time we're going to actually use a header tag. All right, and then in the header we'll just have an h1, and we'll just say my web page. All right, now under the header we're going to have a navigation, and with HTML5 we now have a nav tag that we can use. All right, and then in the nav tag we'll put a UL, and then we'll put our LI and our link, which I'm going to just set to nothing. Okay, we'll go ahead and indent that. And just add some fake links in here. Alright, and now we have our main area, and we actually have a tag called main that we can use here. Alright, and inside the main area we're going to have, let's say this was a blog type or a news website, we could have different articles, so we can actually use a tag called article. And then in here we would have, let's say, an h3, which would be some article, and then I'm just going to paste in a long paragraph here. Okay. Go like that, and then we might have another article, and then right under the main tag we'll put a sidebar. Now in HTML5 we have a tag called aside or aside, and that's basically just that. It's sidebar content, so something that's not the main focus of the page. So we'll just put an h3 in here, and then I'll just copy some of this text and we'll put that in a paragraph. Alright, and then after that we'll put the footer tag. And we'll just put copyright ampersand copy semicolon will give us a copyright symbol, and we'll save that. And there we go, there's our page. Alright, so I do want to just add a little bit of CSS to make it look a little better, which will resemble what we did in the HTML section. So let's say style. So I'm just going to paste in some core styles here. We'll give the body a dark background, Arial font, links will make white, text will make white, UL will take away the padding. Okay, so if we reload, you can see that that's in effect. And for the container, let's go ahead and paste that in. Container will give a little darker background, width of 960, we'll push it to the middle and add some padding. Now we'll do the nav bar. So you can see we're actually using the nav tag as our element here, setting a height and a background, and floating the list items to the left. Okay, so there's our nav bar. And for the main and the sidebar areas, we want to float those. So we'll go ahead and paste those in. Okay, main is going to get float to the left and 60% width. Aside will get float to the right with 30% width and some padding. Alright, now the footer is up here, which we obviously don't want. So what we'll do is just add a div after the aside tag, and we'll give it a class of CLR. Okay, we just want to clear the float. So then up here, we'll go ahead and add our CLR class, and we're just going to say clear both. Okay, and then down here, let's go ahead and paste in the footer. We're just going to align it to the center, add some padding, and a background. And there we go. So this is essentially the same thing that we did in the last section, except we're using all HTML5 standards and semantics. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can embed media using the audio and the video tags, and I will see you then.